Irregular Choice have very kindly loaned me a pair of shoes, and I say loaned because these are not my shoes. Can't wear them outside. I've got to keep them in perfect condition and send them back. But there's a very specific reason I have them, and that's because I want to compare them to these, which at a first glance look very similar. These are Think of Home. They were released by Irregular Choice in December 2021 as part of the Wizard of Oz collection. They are a banjo height sequin shoe that lights up. These are Think of Home again. They were released on the 8th of November 2022, and they are a banjo height heel that lights up. There's some differences though, but we're going to try and do this systematically. So let's start with the box. So Think of Home again, which are the shoes without the patch, and Think of Home, which are the shoes with the patch, which will make it easier. Think of Home were part of the original Wizard of Oz collection, as we said, and so they came in the Wizard of Oz box. This is slightly a bigger version. It would have been a bit of a smaller box than this, but it's just an example. So it was a Wizard of Oz very specific box with all the artwork, and had this gingham on one side, and then the main bit was this yellow brick road with all the patches and the logos, and the tissue paper was also a beautiful blue gingham. It's a very pretty box. If boxes are important to you for Irregular Choice shoes, I think this is one of my favourite boxes that there has been. If boxes are not important to you, then the next thing I tell you isn't going to be that big a deal. So whilst Think of Home, which our 2021 original shoes with the patches, so patches original, think like that. So patches original, think of Home shoes came in this box. The new shoes come in the current season box. So this is the Autumn Winter 22 box. And if anybody's seen any of my recent reviews, I'm not a massive fan of this box. I don't like blood. Blood freaks me out. And so whilst I appreciate that some people love this design, it's just not me. But the shoes Think of Home again do come in this box with the angry rabbit and bear, should we call them that, and the bloodlust flowers paper. Should we call it bloodlust sunflowers? Daisies. It's daisies. Bloodlust daisies. So if we do that, it's kind of a cute box. So yes, they come in the Autumn Winter box. They do not come in the original Wizard of Oz box. They do, however, have the Wizard of Oz sole. The sole is exactly the same. No difference, except from that one's a bit dirty because I've worn them. These ones will not get worn, so they will stay clean, but the sole is exactly the same. So on one foot we've got Scarecrow and Tin Man, and on the other foot we've got Dorothy and the Lion and Glinda. No, Glinda. But we have got Emerald City in the background. Both shoes are, of course, are the same height. They are 7.6 centimeters high, which is the same height as a banjo, and this is actually the banjo shoe. So if you took got a banjo and put them right next to them, it would be the same shoe. We would assume that a fitting would be the same, but we're going to get to that when we try them on. So that's exactly the same. And let's go on to the sequins. Sequins are different. So on these two shoes, we have patches which stop some of the sequins from moving. And then where the sequins can move, they're just red on the other side. So they're not two-tone. On the new version, there's no patches. And the sequins are two-tone colours. So if I move them, you get a silver effect, which is, I think, going to make them shine more. I think the silver coming through as undertones will really make them like glisten more We can try it. It's a glisten test. I mean, it's quite similar. You just get a little bit of edge on the silver, and obviously some silver is sticking out and you could hide them. So I think this gives slightly more of a depth to the sparkle than the original. I think it also helps that these sequins can move, whereas these sequins they're kind of like that you can move them, but then it makes the patch look funny. So I think the new version, Think of Home Again, definitely has a bit more depth of colour, and you can kind of see it sparkling. And I'm going to swap them around just so we know that it's not the precision, but even now, still on the bottom and on the top, it has a lot more sparkle than the originals. And in terms of the patches, I mean, the patches are okay, but now that I've seen the shoe without the patch, I would definitely prefer it without the patches. Next we have the light, and both shoes do light up. They both have LED lights in the bow that are not rechargeable in either of them. The little LED lights are usually not rechargeable, but they do have an on and off button, so you can turn them off. And you can see there's like not a great deal of difference. My old ones, these ones on this side are the original and these are the new, and these ones are probably a little bit less temperamental than these just because these haven't been worn. Oh, now it's taking its turn. This isn't the best way to, so we do that. I'm calling no difference in the lights. The lights are exactly the same in both shoes. And the bow as well. Cannot see a single bit of difference between the two bows. Both bows on the front are exactly the same. So we've done sequins and we've done bows and we've done lights. Let's just quickly turn these lights off because they're not mine. So I will show you on my original ones. To turn them on, it's exactly the same on both. Turn them on, you get lots of flashes. Turn them off, you just get... To turn them on, oh, right, so usually with Irregular Choice shoes, you get lots of flashes when you turn them on, and then one flash when you turn them off. These are off now, but we didn't get the little flash. On the new version, let's see if it's the same. Lots of flashes to turn them on. No, there's no flash to turn it off. Okay, so that's exactly the same as well. It will be the same. I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be exactly the same battery, so you're going to get the same amount of flashes, and I think it's like we're talking thousands. It's meant to last for like so many thousands of flashes or something. I've never had any that have died. I know some people have, but they've had them for a long time. So the idea is that if you turn them off, the lights will last a very long time. Both shoes are included in the extended size range, so they go up to a 46. So sizing is exactly the same in terms of what sizes are available. Think of Home were available from independent stockists, and as far as I can tell, Think of Home Again is very limited with independent stockists. I think only Lottie's Attic have them in the UK. So these were a lot widely more available than these, and you might be able to still find these reduced in some places, and there is a difference in the price. So Think of Home is £139, Think of Home Again is £149. So there is a £10 difference in RRP. I'm not sure if that's just down to inflation or the two-way sequins really cost that much more, but there has been very different impact on the market in the last year, which might have influenced the price. So these original Think of Home, £139, Think of Home again, £149. It is exactly the same heel, as we said. What else is there? I think that all that's left is to put them on and see if they look different, and also gonna do lots of photos as well with them on. But I think before I can draw any conclusions, about if I prefer one over the other, I think we need to do a walk test. So I will stick these on and have a walk in them, and we'll check that the sizing is the same. I have the same size in both shoes, of course. They're both a size 40. So I think all that's left is to put them on. So walk test is completed, and as I suspected, they're pretty much exactly the same in terms of sizing. I did find the original Think of Home a little wider, but that might just be because they've been worn, because there is a little bit of give in these shoes where they will stretch a bit, and they are the usual banjo sizing, so whatever size you usually have in a banjo, I would stick to that. And they generally are true to size, although they are on the larger end of the scale. So if you are at the smaller end of your size, you might want to size down. I think we've concluded that they are very similar shoes. I mean, looking at them here, it'd be really hard to tell which one is which, just looking at them from the front. I think if I didn't already own Think of Home, I would definitely get Think of Home again instead. I just love the simplicity of the red ruby slipper, where you can have it completely without the patches. I think it's better in terms of like Disney bounding and outfits and look. I just think without the patches it's a bit classier, and you do still have the patches on the green, so if you have the green as well, you're not really missing anything by not having the patches. So I kind of wish I didn't own these so that I could get these. I know they're so very similar, so I'm not really missing out on much, but I just think they're a little bit shinier, a little bit brighter, a little I don't want to say tacky, because I do like the patches, but I kind of feel like that's how I kind of felt when I got them. But I say that, but I do love these shoes. I love everything in the Wizard of Oz collection. I'm probably really biased because I love Wizard of Oz and I love Irregular Choice. So, but I do wish the patches weren't there, and now you can have the shoe without the patches. But the problem is, if you already own the original shoe, which is these, then these shoes are just not gonna, you can't have them on them. They're just too similar. They're just too much the same. So I think The problem is I've done a review that tells everyone that I prefer the new version over the old version, so I can't even sell the old version to buy the new version. I think it's going to be one of them things where if you don't own them, get the new ones. I've got the wrong shoes. That's how similar they are. Put them together and I've got the wrong ones. So, I know, I can see why Irregular Choice have done this, why they brought out this shoe in such a classic form, and now I just really wish it was mine. I mean, no. I was like thinking, could you take the patch off? But I don't think you could take it off cleanly. I think you would ruin the shoe if you tried to take it off. So I wouldn't attempt that. And I'm one of them people where I like projects and do it yourself, but I think you're going to ruin the shoe. And it's still not going to be as bright as this one. Just them silver undertones. It's very clever, really, what the silver does to the shoe. Where's the silver in? I'm talking to myself now. I think that's my conclusion, that if you don't own Think of Home, get Think of Home again. If you do have Think of Home, then just try and love them as much as you can, because I mean, I'm very appreciative that I'm able to own these and have them, and I can learn to live with a slightly better version being out there. Maybe one day I can own both. That seems a bit crazy though. Maybe one day I should give these away and get these. And sorry, this review has been, well, it's not really a review, it's more like a brain dump of what I think about this shoe versus this shoe. And thank you for joining me on this journey. I hope it's helped anyone considering buying one or the other. You made it to the end. Thank you. If you'd like more shoes, more reviews, more news, what else can we get to rhyme? Then you can subscribe to this channel, or you can go to the website, Instagram or Facebook. All the information is in the description of this video. Thank you very much. Bye.